Welcome to Cuckoo English Podcast for daily English practice.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Cuckoo English Podcast. This is a place where we talk about life, feelings, mindset, and personal growth.
And learn English naturally along the way.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jeremy, and we're really happy to have you with us today.
Today's episode is made specially for B1 level English learners. So if you are a beginner or intermediate or somewhere in between, don't worry, you're in the right place.
You don't need to understand every word. Just listen, relax, and let the language flow.
Repeat any line whenever you feel like it. There's no pressure here.
Now, today's episode is about something very gentle.
And very meaningful.
Yes, today we're talking about the art of happiness.
Not the loud, perfect happiness you see online.
But simple, quiet happiness in everyday life.
In this episode, we'll share small ideas about happiness.
Along with real experiences from our own lives, our family members, and people we know.
We'll talk about how small actions can change the way we feel about our lives.
And finding happiness in simple moments.
Before we begin, a quick reminder for you.
If you enjoy learning English in a calm, fun, and meaningful way, please like, share, and subscribe to support our channel.
All right then, let's take a deep breath and begin.
So, Sophia, how are you today?
I'm doing well. I wouldn't say I'm super excited, but I feel content, and that feels nice.
I like that word, content. I feel something similar today. Nothing big happened, but I feel okay inside.
And I think that's interesting. We often wait for something special to feel happy.
Yes, but happiness doesn't always come from big moments.
Sometimes it's just about how we experience an ordinary day.
And that's exactly what today's episode is about.
We're going to talk about happiness, not as a goal, but as something we can practice in everyday life.
Hey, Sophia, can I ask you something? When was the last time you felt truly happy, like really happy, without waiting for something to change in your life? And what does happiness really mean to you?
That's a tough one, Jeremy. Honestly, I've realized that happiness doesn't come from fixing everything in your life.
Exactly. And yet, so many of us are like, I'll be happy when my life is perfect. Meanwhile, perfection is playing hide and seek, and it's really good at hiding.
Yes, people always say things like, I'll be happy when I get a better job, or I'll be happy when I earn more money, or the classic, I'll be happy when all my problems are solved.
But let's be real, life never becomes perfect. There's always a new problem waiting around the corner. My inbox alone could have its own Netflix series.
True. And the funny part is, we think fixing everything will finally make us feel calm. But I've seen people, and I've been guilty too, spending so much time fixing stuff that they forget to live.
Oh, tell me about it. I remember a time in my life when I was obsessed with fixing everything. Work, bills, plans, the future. I was like a human Swiss Army knife, constantly multitasking.
You mean you were a walking to-do list?
Exactly. And honestly, I thought slowing down was a waste of time. My motto was, time is money, sleep is overrated, happiness will come later. Spoiler alert, it didn't.
And then your mother came into the picture, right?
Yes, she's the complete opposite. She could sit quietly with a cup of tea for hours, and she'd say, life is not broken. Why are you always trying to repair it?
That's so her. It sounds simple, but it's profound. Most of us are so busy trying to fix life that we miss the little joys along the way.
It took me years to understand that. Slowing down doesn't mean giving up. It means breathing, being present, feeling life as it comes, not as some checklist we're trying to complete.
Exactly. Slowing down is allowing yourself to enjoy a rainy day or savor a cup of coffee without your phone buzzing every second.
And let's be honest, sometimes slowing down looks like hitting snooze 5 times in a row. But hey, that's meditation too, right?
Totally. And listener, let me ask you, when was the last time you slowed down without feeling guilty?
Take a moment. Think about it. Even a minute counts.
Now repeat after us. Say it slowly and really feel it.
We don't need to fix everything to be happy.
Say it again. Let it sink in.
Because happiness isn't waiting at some faraway finish line. It's in the quiet pauses, the small victories, the coffee that doesn't spill, and yes, even the snooze button we secretly love.
So today, just for a moment, let life be as it is, and let yourself be happy right now. All right, Jeremy, ready for our second happiness idea?
Definitely. So what's this one?
It's simple, but surprisingly powerful. Do one thing fully. Focus only on one thing at a time.
Ah, yes, that's a tough one in today's world. Honestly, we barely do anything fully anymore.
Exactly. We live in this era of constant multitasking.
Eating while scrolling through Instagram, trying to enjoy a sandwich and someone else's vacation photos at the same time.
Listening to a podcast while thinking about the email you forgot to send, or planning dinner while replying to a text.
Or working while worrying about money, deadlines, life, basically everything except the actual work.
This reminds me of a friend of mine. She once told me, "I'm always tired, even when I'm resting."
That kind of tired is the worst. You lie down, but your mind refuses to sit down with you.
Exactly. She wasn't overworking or doing anything extreme, but her attention was constantly divided. Phone, thoughts, worries, noise.
So what did she do?
One day, she decided to change just one small thing. Nothing dramatic.
Let me guess, something very basic?
Very basic. She stopped using her phone while eating.
That's it?
That's it. She just ate her food. No scrolling, no messages, just eating.
Honestly, that sounds harder than going to the gym.
True. But after a few days, she told me something interesting. She said, "The food tastes better, and my mind feels calmer."
That's such a small change, but such a big feeling.
Nothing else in her life changed. Same job, same responsibilities, same problems.
But something important changed inside.
Yes, she realized that happiness often comes from giving your full attention to one thing, instead of splitting it into pieces.
When you do one thing fully, your mind finally gets a break.
And the funny part is, when you stop multitasking, you actually feel like you have more time.
Because multitasking isn't efficiency, it's just mental noise.
Exactly. So, listener, let me ask you something.
What is one thing you can do fully today?
It could be drinking your coffee without your phone,
Or taking a walk without music for 5 minutes.
or listening to someone without planning your reply.
Just one thing, that's all.
Now, repeat after me. Say it slowly. When I focus on one thing, I feel peaceful.
Say it again. Let your body hear it, not just your ears.
Because happiness isn't always loud or exciting.
Sometimes it's quiet, calm, and fully present.
So today, don't do more things.
Just do one thing, fully. Now comes the third happiness idea. Stop forcing outcomes, let go of what you can't control. Sophia, this part is very close to my heart because it took me a long time to understand it. I spent years believing that if I just tried harder, life would eventually cooperate with me.
I relate to that so much. We grow up hearing that effort solves everything, so when things don't work out, we feel like we've failed somehow, even when we haven't.
Exactly. I honestly believed that if I planned well enough, worked harder, and stayed alert all the time, things would go my way. And when they didn't, I'd blame myself and push even more.
Yeah, and that constant pushing is exhausting. It's like life becomes a project you're always managing instead of something you're living.
That's when I started noticing my uncle. He worked hard too, really hard, but life didn't always reward him the way we expect it to. Some plans failed, some opportunities slipped away.
That kind of experience usually makes people bitter or angry. I'm guessing he reacted differently.
Yeah, he did. Instead of becoming bitter, he became calmer over time. One day when I asked him how he stayed so peaceful, he said something very simple that stayed with me.
What did he say?
He said, "I do my part, and then I let life do its part." At first, I didn't fully understand it, but the sentence kept coming back to me whenever things didn't go my way.
That's powerful. It doesn't sound like giving up. It sounds like knowing where your responsibility ends.
Exactly. Letting go doesn't mean not caring. It means trusting that you don't have to control every outcome to be okay.
We often confuse control with safety. We think if we hold on tighter, nothing bad will happen, but usually it just makes us tense and anxious.
I've felt that tension so many times, trying to control the future, other people's reactions, or outcomes that were never really in my hands.
Sometimes we prepare so much for an important thing, an exam, an interview, a big presentation.
Yes, you study for weeks, maybe months. You sacrifice sleep, cancel plans, tell yourself, just get through this and everything will be fine.
And then, the night before, you fall sick. Fever, headache, no energy at all.
Or the interview day comes and the train gets delayed, or your voice cracks from stress, things you didn't plan for and couldn't control.
That moment can feel unfair. You did everything right, and still, life didn't cooperate.
I remember thinking in situations like that, why is this happening now after all this effort?
And that's when forcing outcomes hurts the most, because we start fighting reality instead of responding to it.
Exactly. Doing your part means preparing sincerely. Letting go means accepting that some things are outside your hands, even after all that effort.
It doesn't erase your hard work. It doesn't mean it was wasted. It just means life added a variable you couldn't predict.
And sometimes the real lesson isn't in the result, but in learning that you can still be okay when things don't go exactly as planned.
That understanding brings a quiet kind of peace, not excitement, not success, but relief.
And the strange thing is, when you finally loosen that grip a little, life doesn't fall apart. Sometimes it actually feels lighter. So, listener, let me ask you something. What is one thing in your life right now that you're trying too hard to control?
Yes, please tell us in the comments.
Just notice it. You don't have to change it immediately. Awareness itself is a form of relief.
Now, repeat this with us, slowly and calmly. I release what I cannot control.
Say it again. Sometimes peace begins with a single sentence.
Because happiness isn't about winning against life. It's about learning how to move with it.
Do your part with sincerity.
And then trust life to do the rest. Let's move to our next idea. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is quiet, but it's incredibly powerful. It slowly changes how we feel inside.
Yes, gratitude changes the way we see life. The situations don't always change, but our relationship with them does.
This reminds me of my grandmother. Every night before sleeping, she had a small habit. She would name 3 simple things she was grateful for.
Nothing big, right?
Nothing big at all. Food on the table, feeling safe at home, or a nice conversation she had that day.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She lived a very simple life, but she always felt rich in a way that had nothing to do with money. She had problems like everyone else, but gratitude gave her a sense of calm and fullness.
I've noticed this in small moments too, like when I've had a long, exhausting day, but then someone smiles at me or says something kind. That one moment doesn't fix the day, but it softens it.
Yes, or when it's been a stressful week and you suddenly realize how good it feels to sleep peacefully or enjoy a warm meal. Those moments are easy to ignore, but they matter.
Gratitude doesn't remove problems from our lives. Deadlines, worries, and challenges still exist.
But it adds warmth. It reminds us that even on hard days, something is still holding us up.
So, listener, let us ask you something. What is one small thing you're grateful for today?
It could be your health, a message from a friend, or even a quiet moment for yourself.
Now, repeat this with us, slowly. I have enough in this moment.
Because sometimes happiness begins not by wanting more, but by noticing what's already here. Let's move to our next idea, spending time in nature. It has a quiet way of calming us down, even when our minds feel messy.
Yes, nature doesn't rush us. There's no pressure to be productive, no deadlines, no notifications asking for attention.
Yes, whenever I feel overwhelmed or stuck in my head, I try to step outside, even if it's just for a short walk.
I've noticed something interesting about trees. They don't hurry, they don't compete, but somehow they keep growing.
That's such a beautiful reminder. Growth doesn't always need force or stress. Sometimes it just needs time and space.
And nature heals in a very quiet way. It doesn't give advice, it doesn't tell you what to do, it just exists. And that itself feels comforting.
Even small moments count. Sitting in the sun for 5 minutes, feeling the wind, or listening to birds in the morning.
Or noticing the sky while walking home instead of staring at your phone. Those moments gently bring us back to ourselves.
Nature reminds us that it's okay to slow down. Life doesn't always need to be rushed or controlled.
So, listener, let us ask you something. When was the last time you spent time in nature, even in a small way?
Maybe today you can step outside for a few minutes and just notice what's around you.
Now, repeat this with us, slowly and calmly.
Sometimes peace doesn't come from thinking more, but from stepping outside and simply being.
As we come to the end of this episode, remember, happiness is not far away.
It's already around you, often in places we forget to notice.
In slowing down,
In doing one thing fully.
in letting go of what you can't control,
In gratitude.
and in the calm presence of nature.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
Tell us in the comments which idea touched your heart the most today.
And if you enjoyed this episode and learning English in a calm, meaningful way,
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay gentle with yourself. Bye for now.